clinical research circlers, you circlers, welcome back. All right. Thank you so much, first of all, for joining us for social investors minus Chris. Chris is not here right now. But speaking of social investing, AQST, Aquestive Therapeutics, one of the hottest biotechs right now. Why? There's a pending FDA approval coming up. Everyone's saying it's almost guaranteed, but is it priced in? I don't know. We look at Yahoo Finance. It says 1 year target estimate $15. The price is $4. I don't know. We've actually done this stock here. On top of that, this is going to be like YouTube gold. The YouTube algorithm will love this video because not only are we talking about AQST most of the time, but KMPH, which is everyone's favorite darling from YouTube, they already have a partnership with Aquestive. Aquestive receives 10% royalties on KP415, which is Astaris. That's the one that got approved. There's rumors that KMPH will buy AQST. So I don't know, but it's going to help the, oh, great logo, Dr. Al.
Guys,
oh
I
my
need a logo.
God.
You just send it
Hold
to
on.
me.
Ashley
I need
has
it.
it.
I'm always behind.
Ashley's behind the curve a little, but you know what? She's ahead on the AM approach. Shout out to the AM approach. So here we go. Let's go to this. Okay. Everybody get your part ready. Like Ashley with the chart. I don't know. Find the chart. Monica with a rumor. We need juicy rumor. Dr. Al's here for the science. This is what he does best. We don't care about forward-looking statement. This is not financial advice, guys. We're not investors. We're not even investors, I would say. Like we invest our own money, but that's, come on. Don't take advice from us, okay? But this one looks good, right? So, Dr. Al, do you remember anything about this one?
I think we discussed it before.
Yeah. So this one, let me move the okay. So we did. So it's for so this is the current standard of treatment right now. They have something called Libervant, PDUFA date assigned for September 2020. So right now they're waiting for the FDA approval. This is for the epilepsy. A fast-acting oral dissolves on the tongue for epilepsy. Deliver rapid onset of action with entry into systemic circulation, ease of administration, customizable taste masking profile. This is the technology these guys have, right? The farm film. And there's rumors that KP415, which is KemPharm's drug, is the, I believe, KP415 for KemPharm is the Astaris that got approved. KemPharm's product, yeah, for ADHD. So this is Astaris. So we're gonna get a little bit of KMPH talk a little bit. Right now we're waiting, and Monica maybe has this link, but they had just had a quarterly earnings, and they were talking about their cash on hand. But what we really want to know is how many prescriptions are you writing? Forget about, you know, promises. KMP Astaris came out. How many prescriptions how many Dr. Al's are writing this thing? We don't know. We need to know, and we need to find that out. And we're waiting for these results. We don't expect anything much initially, but the sales force is out there, Corium sales group. But let's go to AQST, because remember, AQST gets 10% royalty for KP415. 10% royalty. So there's possibility that KemPharm may just want to buy them outright. KemPharm does have a lot of cash. Monica is going to show her screen, but let's just do a review, a quick review for the new people, for the newbies, all right, on AQST. So this is their track record of success, novel and transformative products, expertise in oral transmucosal permeation, scalable technology, Suboxone sublingual film. That's the one, Monica, where you were talking about. We did a study on that one for opioid dependence. So they actually collaborated with that. This film technology is AQST. That's their technology. 5 FDA approved products, 2 under FDA review, several in development. If you look at AQST chart or stock, I'm not gonna look at the chart. I'm gonna look at the stock. It's only like a $400 million something market cap. No, 176. This is a very small market cap. If you look at the 1 year, at one point it was 905. This was like a year ago. It's been in the fours, but there's a pending FDA approval for the Libervant for refractory seizures. It's filed, so they're waiting. It's nobody knows the date, but it's sometime October is what I'm hearing a lot about for FDA approval for Libervant. So, which is a diazepam buccal film in development for management selected refractory patients with epilepsy, unstable regimens. 92% of patients with refractory seizures will not interact with the historically available treatment, a rectal gel. That's the current standard of treatment. You got a rectal gel, alternative nasal sprays, epinephrine injection.
Wow.
Right, Dr. L? That's the alternatives. Dr. L is liking this. It's hard to get Dr. L to like this.
It is kind of interesting way of approaching patient treatment as a fast way.
Why?
Okay.
Why?
Because it's a sublingual, it's easy to use, you know, it's something that somebody in front of you have seizure, pull out this from his pocket and put it underneath his mouth and he's better.
It's kind of like
It's like about 2 minutes, 3 minutes to do it.
it's like
and
what
get
would
him
they
make-
use for the heart attacks? The
Nitroglycerin.
Yeah, there
It's
you go. That
completely
one.
different.
No,
That
no, I
one
know, but
is-
what you
yeah, but that is the nitroglycerin. It's the pill itself is dissolving, but this is like a film.
yeah. That's quicker.
I think if you know that the Listerine films that you use for your mouth, for the taste and for the mouth Listerine, you can buy it. It's a small films. You can put it on your tongue and it will melt by itself. So this is the same thing. So there is no way it is okay, but my only concern is for this Libervant. I'm not a neurologist, I'm an oncologist, but
Yeah.
In case there is a grand mal seizure where the patient is that's a theoretical. The patient is having foam and things coming out of his mouth, and you cannot open his mouth because he have a grand mal seizure and his muscle are spasm. How are you gonna put this film in his mouth?
Yeah, because it's clenched.
Yes.
No, because
That's
he's
correct.
clenched and like this, squeezed and okay.
How often does that happen, do you think?
Grand mal seizure is one type of seizure that's common. It's not like uncommon in seizure patients.
I see.
Did I see it before? Yes, I saw it. And usually it is these patients, they always 911 take them to the hospital and they get hospitalized for a couple of days. And so it is quite serious condition, grand mal seizure.
That's probably something that it has to be like a super quick before the patient gets that, like their mouth like that. But it has to be like it's a matter of seconds.
I don't know if they studied this or this is for
So
certain
that's your only
type
concern. So that's
No,
basically your
it
only-
is one of the things that I'm thinking about this, how to use it and everything.
Yeah.
You know, and one of the things that came up at this way.
But that's
of,
important. That's important. That's why we have you on, because like with KMPH, nobody knows how well, like, yes, their drug Astaris is proven to work better than the other ADHD meds, but those are tried and true. Those are generic. Those are cheap. Astaris is not cheap. Yes, it's better. It's longer acting. So it's like extended release. It lasts throughout the day for the child instead of just when they take it and then they need another one. And I've been following this on Twitter. There's parents tweeting about Astaris, their kids are better. They're saying good things, But does that, and you brought this up, does that translate to more prescriptions? And I think only you
Exactly.
can answer this, Dr. Al, because we don't, I mean, I don't write prescriptions. So what would make you want to write that prescription? Let's say you're a psychiatrist, right? Why would you write a Staris instead of the Adderall, generic? Like why? I mean, why? I don't know. Do you do you have a reason?
You know, first of all, you look at the data. If there is more response, okay, like in ADHD, you need to, for children, you need to focus on the behavior and the focus and the performance in their education. So if these patient or these type of children who's doing this having higher score than control or than other patient who's taken other medication, yes, this medication proven better. I will try it on my patient and see. And as you know, in every medication, not all the medication is made for one type of patients.
Right.
Each patient have this medicine does not work with him, the other one can work, and that's why you have multiple type of medication for one diagnosis.
Break it down for me. When you write, let's say you're a psychiatrist and you write, you love the data about Astaris, so you write a patient a prescription. They take it to their pharmacy. The insurance company says this is new, but okay, but maybe they don't cover, or maybe they do. Do they ever pressure you, the insurance companies? Do they pressure the doctor? Hey, why are you writing this instead of this? Do they do this?
No, they don't ask this question at all. They do not.
Okay.
But they tell you like I write like some chemo medication that's very expensive for my medication, and they want justification. Okay. My justification sometimes it is in the chart, but it's not in my note. And what they review my notes. Okay, what is the last medication I wrote? And I had one of the medication I wrote for my patient like a couple of weeks ago, and I get denial because the patient, yes, medication for neuroendocrine tumor of the metastasis in a guy who's 48-year-old. I wrote him for oral medication after finishing his chemo because he still have residual disease anyway. So the insurance came back and told me that it is indicated for this disease, but not in his condition because he have my documentation. It is original documentation was cancer of unknown, neuroendocrine tumor of unknown primary, and this medication is for neuroendocrine tumor of GI origin. I just have to change the note and submit it again to the insurance, and they approve it.
Okay.
Okay, did I get denial? Yes, I get, but they do not tell me use this instead of this. No, they follow the guideline or the drug insert of the medication, and that's what they.
Okay.
Us as a physician have to follow the drug insert to prescribe it or make documentation that justify the drug insert for the patient to use for certain
So it
patients.
might be a little more work, but not, it's not gonna limit you from doing this. Right?
No.
From if you really believe in the meds. So I'm looking for Astaris nearby in my pharmacies. It's $364 for a month, with good RX. About low 400s at the other pharmacies. And so if you have ADHD, the insurance should cover that because ADHD, I mean, this is a medication for ADHD. So
Isn't Astara is mainly made for adult patients who have ADHD?
no, it's for kids.
Now for kids?
It's for kids. They have an adult one coming out, but this first one is for adolescents. Yeah.
And it is long acting.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna add a point that it might not is not scientific or anything, but just think about the kids that have difficulties swallowing the pills. This is just the perfect thing for mothers or for parents to keep the kid using the medication, or the kid can just remove the pill from the mouth or something. So
Yeah,
I
that
think
makes
that's convenient in that way, that parents can make sure the children is truly taking the medication.
Yeah, this is the for Libervant, that's actually somebody said this here, one of the doctors. I will say from a pediatric standpoint, getting a child to put something in their nose and hold it is still very difficult. So this is for the self-administration and portability for a caregiver's perspective for administering this for seizures. So this is
But
the one.
I'm talking to the ADHD one, the film.
Oh, the ADHD Stars is a pill. It's not a film.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Stars is a pill, but the Aquestive was the one who licensed that to KemPharm. So they're the first one that came out with that, I think. And then they licensed that to KemPharm.
Mm.
And then KemPharm became a bigger market cap. I think KemPharm's like 400 million. And now after your earnings release, they like, we'll get into your earnings, the recent earnings release right now for KemPharm. But let's look at AQST. This is the pipeline. So everybody's waiting for the launch or for the FDA approval if they do approve. And that's it. Thank you for that. That's what they say. So a lot of rumors circulating about AQST and by itself, right? But then when you throw KMPH in the mix, there's rumor that it's a good buyout candidate for KMPH because they already have a licensing deal with Aquestive gets 10% of all Astaris sales because they license it out to KemPharm. So these two companies are interlinked, right? And even without rumor. So Monica with KMPH, what you can share now. I think you can share.
Let's see.
So I don't know. This is interesting stuff, but
It is.
it's all speculation. But we're trying to get under the hood of these things, especially when it's popular. I'm on Twitter
friend-
reading parents' reactions to their kids taking Astaris.
I'm sorry, but to tell you one thing, you never know what the FDA gonna say.
I know. Well, no,
Yeah.
Astaris already approved. So I want to
I
see
know,
like what
but
parents are saying.
Yeah, but you never know.
That Astaris is not the one that is a film then that they
No,
put it
yeah.
only is not a medication. That's the one I
No.
was mentioning. No?
No, Astaris is already approved by KemPharm for it's a pill for ADHD. I think KemPharm is coming out with their substance use disorder study or the drug, which is not approved. I think that might be a film. Somebody
I think
correct
they
me.
also have I think they also have research for ADHD. That's why I got kind of confused.
Yeah, KemPharm does. They do. They're right now they're in research for the adult ADHD, which should get approved. And
the other the AQPharm is the one I'm saying that they also doing research for that. No.
oh, Aquestive? No, I don't think
Yeah?
so. No, I think it's only the
Well,
I think Aquestive is all unless you see something else. Maybe they're doing
that's why because I found that they were doing research for that too. So
oh
let me show you.
AQST.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, show us. I'm not an expert on either of these companies, but see, that's the one right there. The DA did take a recommendation. That's for the substance use disorder for KMPH.
Yeah, and then this one is the one I was saying that they did. This is so.
And on
slow.
StockTwits, people are saying about KemPharm, the cure for cocaine and meth addiction
Oh,
is
wow.
coming soon. And
That
it's
would be amazing.
KMPH.
It'll be the new
Imagine that.
cocaine and method.
What about fentanyl? Fentanyl is the one
Fentanyl, yeah,
ravaging cities like LA and San Francisco, looking like a Mad
yeah,
Max.
that'll be.
They talk about it in this article. That's Travis Mickle. That's the CEO of KMPH.
Yeah, we had him
That
on the show. Good guy.
Yeah.
We need you back, Travis. Come on, get back.
So they are talking here about the second quarter. Obviously, their lead product is also a studies for the ADHD that was approved in March and was launched commercially in July 21st.
Yeah, that's
with the
Astaris,
partner
yeah.
Corium. With the Corium. And they are talking here about that product that Dan was mentioning. Well, anyways, they talk that they are gonna have 16 years to promote this, I mean, to market this medication under their royalty. And it's gonna be until 2037. So they have plenty of time to make a lot of money with this medication.
Yeah.
And additionally, they have they have many collaborations. Um, and then okay, so this is the one I was talking about, the one that Dan just mentioned. Wait.
Yeah, Aquestive has seizures. This is the furthest one with the Libervant. That's the one that they're looking to get approved. Then they have anaphylaxis, severe allergy in the pipeline. Both are in phase 1. Then they have licensed programs. They've licensed out Suboxone and Suboxone. They have partners as well with Suboxone, Zuplens, Kindmobi. So they're doing a lot. They have a licensing as well. But with KMPH, they have licensing for Astaris too.
Yeah, and the SDX, they are doing research with that one for many other things. They say that many different avenues for that, and but they are waiting for some data that they think they're going to get at the end of this year. And
KemPharm, yeah.
yeah. And to expand, and they're gonna have collaboration with APADAZ. I don't know which one is that one. Can you see it?
Which one?
APADAZ.
That is
Aquatis,
something I will
APADZ.
detail in more just a moment. KV Tech did pass along that they're preparing to expand the SureMed collaboration for APADAS. Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Let's see. First
Yeah,
branded prodrug
something.
based alternative to hydrocodone, APAP. It's a benzohydrocodone and acetaminophen tablets.
Because now this is gonna be that medication now they have good news from the DEA that now that's gonna be a different control substance. Now it's gonna be it was for control substance Yeah, it's now for control substance, which make it easier for them to keep doing the research.
This was for KemPharm, you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, for their substance use disorder drug.
And did that come out today, that news?
No.
This was on August 12th.
Yeah,
August 12th.
KemPharm, both KemPharm and Aquestive haven't had much news lately. It's just been speculation. Aquestive has been hot lately. KemPharm not so much. Both are owned inside a lot of insider buying.
Yes, you can tell.
Especially on Aquestive, and a lot of institutional ownership on both.
Yeah.
So
and there's a lot of rumors, but
the KMPH reported a revenue of 12 million on the first quarter for the second quarter.
Yeah,
and
that's comprised of the
10
10 million milestone payment for the DA scheduling of SDX, as well as continuing service fee revenue of 2 million. Yeah, so KMPH, they owe Aquestive 10% of Astaris, and they owe Corium, which is their sales group, I think it's 20 or 30% of revenues.
Yeah, but I think Aquestive had a pretty good also second quarter. I think they even made more money than KMPH.
Yeah, Aquestive. Well,
I
did they say second
30
quarter? I think their first quarter. They beat their EPS projections. But for November 2, second quarter, well, at least here it's not showing.
I think I'm not sure if I'm wrong, but I think they were 32 million.
32 million? That would be good. Then do you want me to share?
Yeah.
Charts? Okay. Can I share? Let me know when I can.
Oh yeah. Let me stop
Yes.
sharing now.
Okay. Oops.
So Dr. Al, you're impressed with either Aquestive or KemPharm?
I think it's a unique way of delivering medication, which is like really. Is it impressive? Yes, it is impressive, but also with the usage for it and with the market for it, the thing that will make me convinced to invest in it or buy in it.
I
Yeah.
can't wait till we get some technical analysis from Ashley, because
The
to me, that's the,
prime.
I mean, yeah,
Um,
you got the trend is your friend, guys.
Yeah. So right here in general,
Man,
right?
you're learning a lot of lingo.
Yeah.
Here and there. I took enough Astaris. I'm good to go.
So right here, I mean, already it's giving you the kind of outlook. If you don't know how to read charts, it's saying that pretty much it's like a positive outlook, regardless of like the overall trending, right? And then over here, it's showcasing you the earnings, the consensus of EPS. So they beat for quarter one, and I guess there has yet to be an official reading, or at least here to be showcased here. And you can actually see it. So for instance, quarter two in 2020, they surpassed it, and when we see the chart, you're going to be able to see like the where they, completely blew up. Let me go to the charts right now. So I'm gonna have to move you guys around somewhere. Okay, all right. So we're looking at the 1-day chart, right? Obviously trending up. It's really good, and it's clearly going, right? So, and with the 50 EMA, it's, even though it's not fully intact with the actual candles, the trend is still moving upwards slowly, right? And then when you look at the MACD down here, which gives kind of representation of that as well, it's really, really good. Now, something to know about, like when you're looking at charts, is aside from right here, you always want to go back and look at the previous patterns. And since this is the day chart, this is really not as important because these are like in and out trades, right? But as you can see in the 5-day, it's also very positive. And that's even with very like low activity, you know. If you look at the month, sorry, let me break it down. When there's activity, it's in the go, right? So it's still going, even though that right now there's an engulfing right here, it's still in the uptrend. So it's very much positive, but that's in the 1 month. But if you like to look at the 1 year, it's good because the MACD along with the 50 MA, it's still kind of like staying in alignment. But the thing is that's good about this is that it has a lot of different like high level points to go from. Right here, right here, right here, and right here, meaning that as the chart's moving right throughout the year, it has the max potential to be hitting these more higher points as it goes, right? As opposed to when you're looking at KMPH, uh, there's really not a whole lot because it's very scattered, but in a sideways action. You know what I mean? So if it does go up over the year, it only has certain areas it's going to be hitting, right? So there's not a whole lot for it to work with. You see how it's just sidelining, like it's completely consolidating, like all of its activity is consolidating. So I mean, I guess for the most part, when you look at KMPH, it shows you on the short term, it's good, but midterm and long term, not so much because it's consolidating. Now, if you look at the 1-day, see, these are people that are short trading it, right? And it's in the plus, it's in the positive. So those that are actually like day trading it are obviously, um, making some benefit off of it, right? And those that are insider trading or whatever, this is like quite obvious that that's kind of what's happening in the sense of the activity, because like I said, if you go back to the month and you go back to the year, it's just not much movement, not much action is happening. Close it up a little bit. See, it's very choppy. So it's not ideal for long-term or midterm hold, at least in my opinion. But Aquestive is a whole other story. There's a lot of potential. There's a lot of healthy movement. It looks nice and clean. And again, just because there's downs, I mean, every stock, every chart's going to have downs because that's part of the pattern. Some would even say if they have healthy ups and the pattern healthy downs going up, that means it's going to have a good break off. For me, I actually believe that this is the start of a new trend. And if that is the case, that means that there is definitely gains to be had. But that's obviously my opinion. This is me just kind of taking a bird's eye view of it. But yeah, see, it's a very healthy looking chart. Sorry, it's very slippery. But yeah, I don't know. Did y'all have any questions?
Well, it's very good to see this, but and also I just wanted to let the listeners and viewers know, Aquestive negotiated. This is August 9th. They negotiated 6-month extension to June 30th, 2022, for their Libervant related debt. So they negotiated with their lenders to amend the base indenture, providing an extension by 6 months to June 30th, 2022. In line with the extension, Aquestive is entitled to draw up to 10 million following FDA approval for Libervant, the first orally delivered diazepam product for seizure clusters. We continue to believe that. So basically, they renegotiated their debt obligations. They got
Yeah.
an extension for 6 months more.
Well, and that's actually kind of where the trend started, just a few days right in that area.
Yeah.
Spread it up. I wonder if there's any news that happened on August, well, a few days ago, because that's a very strong, it's almost as big as the volume of that day. So that means like everybody that came in bought.
A few days ago,
Aquestive.
yeah.
I found the link for the Aquestive. Monosol RX announces second farm film product for ADHD. I mean, this article is from 2011, but they were doing that the farm film with for ADHD with KemPharm since then.
So KemPharm reformulated it into a pill, but that would explain why Aquestive got the royalties on it.
I sent you the link.
Okay, that's good. So that gives us more history on the second farm fill product, yeah, from 2011. So that's when they were working on these things. Yeah, and look, there's a lot of rumors about the acquisition, and a few days ago, I'm trying to find any news that happened, but I can't find any news. What kind of shareholders hold the majority in Aquestives? Early investors should be aware of the most powerful shareholder groups. Large companies usually have institutions as shareholders. With market cap of 180 million, Aquestive is a small cap stock, so it might not be well known by institutional investors. Institutional investors commonly compare their own returns. As you can see, institutional vendors have a fair amount of stake in Aquestive, like we said earlier, and in KemPharm. It's not owned by hedge funds. Bratton Capital Management LP is currently the largest shareholder with 25% of the shares outstanding. And then Vanguard Group with 2.7 and 2.2 respectively. Vanguard Group and Alexander Schobel. So 25% of Aquestive is owned by Bratton Capital Management. That's a lot. That's 1/4 of the company is owned by one institution.
Actually, when around what
August
which time
30th.
was the? Okay, because I found that they released their information for the second quarter, and on August 23rd. No, actually, yeah, no, on August. But they said, yeah, it was not like on the 30th. It was like August 3rd
20th?
or something like that. Yeah.
August 3rd. All the movement, the official movement happened August 4th. But the 30th, so like the initial big bull candle came out August 4th, but the biggest one was the 30th.
Because they also talk about the PDUFA, that the goal date is December 23rd, 2021.
So they updated it, so it's not October anymore.
No, now it's December. The goal is December.
So I would suspect that people are gonna be bullish for a while.
between now and then, and then
Yeah.
sell it before it gets approved?
I
Like
mean,
KemPharm, KMPH went down and went from 8 to 15 back to 9 after approval.
wow.
Okay, and the second quarter for them has a revenues for Aquentive is 50.3 million. And the second quarter compared to 21 million for the second quarter 2000. Oh well, the second quarter in 2020, they had more
Yeah.
revenue that this year, but still they had 15.3 million.
Yeah.
So they had just a little bit more than
They topped their
KMPH.
revenue estimates. Even though they're still reporting a loss, they topped their revenue estimates. So they beat revenue expectations. And yeah, that's really the news that's been. It hasn't been much other than their quarterly results and the, giving some guidance on the debt, and the PDUFA that you're saying is anticipated December, but there's rumors that it's going to be earlier. That's the thing. There's people on the stock twits and all that saying it's going to be October, and then there's people saying buyout with KemPharm. Who knows? Who knows?
Probably they have the goal set for December, but they are trying to make it
With sooner.
yeah
Yeah,
sooner.
and I would say that with everything along with like the technical analysis of the charts and all that, I mean, I think it looks promising.
Yeah. I like the fact that there's nothing for cluster seizures other than like rectal and nasal stuff. And this is obviously like better, but Dr. Al made a good point. What about people with the clenched? But is that cluster seizures? Cluster seizures could also be clenched jaw?
No,
No?
no,
Okay.
it's only grand mal
Okay,
epilepsy.
gotcha. They're
Well,
only,
in that
they're only going for cluster seizures, I think.
in that case
So
for them, the rectal will work better.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That in that case for those kind of patients, the rectal will work better than the oral.
Uh-huh.
I found something. Milestone
Which is
payment for those. Shout out to you circlers staying till the end. We come full circle for you guys and gals. Mostly you guys and gals. Yeah. On Thursday, April 9th, this is from April 12th. So KemPharm announced an updated commercialization agreement with its marketing partner Corium. The agreement added increased royalty rates. KemPharm reinvested in Astaris rather than book the surplus milestone payments immediately. This was taken as a negative by the market. In this article, they're writing why it's a good thing. And somewhere in here, I'm going to have links to this article underneath, but they talk about Aquestive. Okay, so with KP 415 approved, that's Astaris. It makes no sense to have so much cash on the books. Sure, to fund the pipeline, but the big event is Astaris, with Vyvanse currently at 2 billion and inferior to Astaris. 1 billion in revenues would equate to 225 million revenue for KemPharm, not including the revenue milestones, but only 25% royalties, with 2.5% to Aquestive, putting the company's net. So Aquestive gets 2.5% of the milestones, not including the revenue milestones, but only the 25% royalty. So revenue, not the milestone revenues. So Aquestive gets 10% and then 2.5% of milestone revenues. So interesting. So yeah, could be a buyout candidate. Who on top of all that, Ashley says good chart. Dr. Al says good science. Monica says good as far as like financials. And then yeah, so maybe there's rumor. I don't know. I don't think I own any. I
think both products or both companies have very promising products anyway. So it's just the fact that a KMPH, we don't know how it's gonna be the commercialization of the ADHD. But they still have 16 years to show it.
Well, that's a long time for investors to wait. These guys want minutes, in and out within minutes, not 16 years.
Sure.
All right, guys, anything else as we wrap it up?
No,
call-
is that
you call it a
legit?
day?
Nothing from my point of view. I think.
We need the
Good.
CEO of Aquestive on, and we need Travis Mickle, CEO of KemPharm on, preferably together, so we
And
can have
question
them talk
them.
about this.
Oh, that would be amazing.
That'd be nice.
Let's make it happen. Shoot for the stars and get the moon.
Yeah.
Yep. That event will be.
I'm aiming for that. I'm aiming for that. CEO of Questive with CEO of KemPharm. And I might get me and Chris talking. about it.
That'd be
Let's see. Aim for the moon. All right,
Awesome.
guys. Thank you very much. Make
Okay,
sure you
then.
like, subscribe, comment, share. If you don't know what to comment, leave a robot emoji. It helps with the algorithm. And we'll catch you all later. Bye-bye.